This is coming to you from John Wayne's 26 Bar Ranch in Eager, Arizona. Part 2 of Below the Mogollon Rim.
Hey, why don't we just bust in?
Because busting through doors with Quirt Evans on the other side ain't my idea of a healthy pastime.
Tell him to come in.
Come in.
You can stand right there. Against the light.
Howdy, Quirt. You sure run a ring around me, all right. But you know, I don't think it was right friendly of you to beat me to locating that tract after my boys found it. Of course, I'm willing to listen to your side of it. I'm a reasonable man.
Sure. Laredo's always reasonable. That's why he's the biggest man in the territory.
You the biggest man in the territory, Laredo?
So a lot of people say.
I hadn't heard. You nervous?
No, Evans. I can't figure out why you keep stepping on my toes all the time. Of course, that's your business. I'm a good loser.
I like a good loser. Of course, I like any kind of a loser better than a winner.
Yeah. You know, I had a chance to do a heap of thinking while I was following your trail across the territory. I followed it by that string of run-out horses you left behind. And well, sir, I figured it out this way. Quirt don't really want that land. Because work ain't exactly in his line.
Is it in your line?
No, of course not. I was getting it for another fella. And, well, I figure maybe you'll sell.
I don't hear anything jingle.
Is it all right if I put my hand inside my shirt?
Why not?
$5,000 in gold there.
I want 20.
Well, okay, but I'll have to owe you 15. That's all I got on me. I got the deed in my pocket here.
Get it out.
Now, if the young lady could find us something to sign this with.
Still Laredo's hired boy, eh, Hondo? Picking up after him, carrying matches for his cigars.
You mind yourself.
He'll mind himself, won't you, Hondo?
Miss, would you mind taking us over to Mr. Evans, please? Thank you. You know, I'm sure glad to see you up and around, Quirt. We heard you was flat on your back.
Sorry to disappoint you.
And you come on over and get the rest of that money anytime. Anytime, that is, that you feel able.
I'll see you one of these days.
Well, so long, Quirt.
Saddle up my horse, will you, kid? And throw on my war bags.
What would have happened if they knew the gun was empty?
It'd have been Saturday night in Sioux City. Tie on my slicker, too. Sorry.
Oh, no, Quirt, no.
What kind of a boarder do you think I am?
You can't do that. We'd tend to any wounded human, and not for pay.
You don't believe in force, so you can't force me to take it back.
I'm afraid you're outwitted, Thomas.
How long have I been here?
Almost 3 weeks.
Kinda hate to get going.
Oh, but you can't. Your leg, you're in no condition to travel.
Don't worry, your cooking's got me grained up and ready for market. Adios, amigos.
Quirt! Shall I pack my things?
Why?
They'd leave without me?
I got places to go.
Court, I wouldn't care. It doesn't make any difference to me how far. Oh. I know so little. I didn't know it could happen to one and not the other. I thought it always happened to both.
That isn't it.
It isn't?
Well,
Then they do feel that...
Look, Penny, I'm not the kind of a guy that does things suddenly. I gotta look before I leave. You can ask anybody. They'll tell you that Court Evans is a mighty cautious citizen.
Oh, then it's just that they're not sure yet.
Yeah. Sort of.
Oh, please stay.
He's all settled, Quirt.
Unsettling.
You gonna stay? A double eagle. Quirt, there's something I'd rather have than this. A favor, a big favor.
Well, you got them both. What is it?
Would you ride past?
Well, there's those who'd say I'm pretty slow.
So he decided to stay and tried to farm, even though he'd never been a farmer before.
Benny, where's the bucket?
But it would be a good way to stay away from the law till he was
Funny thing about Penny,
thoroughly healed
I lose my appetite for him after the first couple of
from his gunshot
This morning,
wound.
too heavy. Wild Indian. Put water on those vegetables this morning.
There's always work around here to be done.
He wanted to be a farmer, didn't he?
Not anymore, I don't.
Surely you can walk to the barn without that.
What?
The gun.
Oh, well, it balances me. One leg's longer than the other. You know, the weight.
Thee are a liar. Throw the cow some hay. There's a pitchfork.
Before I was 15, I learned to hate those things. I swore I'd leave plows and pitchforks to farmers.
I'll do it.
No, I'll do it. But it's an occasion.
Thee.
What?
Oh, nothing, just thee.
Penny!
Well, you wanted hay, didn't you? Didn't thee?
15. Better put this littlest one in a box. 16. Now get a bucket of water.
Water, water. All I do is carry water.
No force. Say, wasn't this place irrigated? I see all these flumes and ditches.
Frederick Carson turned the water off.
Frederick Carson.
He's the man who bought the ranch up above from friends who couldn't make a go of it. We had built a community dam, but it was on his property.
Well, what'd you do about it? Don't tell me. You prayed.
Of course.
Get you any water?
Well, we didn't pray for water. We prayed for Frederick Carson.
Carson turned off the water and you prayed for him?
Of course. Can't you see? By committing an evil act, the poor man injured his soul.
I'm glad there's a well. Because it'd sure get thirsty around here if we had to wait for Carson. Gonna walk his pony.
So, Quirt decided that he would do something on his own and get the water turned back on.
Benny? Nothing.
The neighbor had dammed up what was called Oak Creek, which was water to the settlers.
Be sure you don't leave no slack in that cinch. The boss will sure howl.
Yeah, this ain't the first pony I ever saddled. He'd squawk no matter how I done it.
He's sure getting mean these days, ain't he?
Cantankerous by his natural bornin'. That boil in his neck don't help him none either.
Get out of my way. You belong behind a plow.
Who's Carson?
Don't get down. We ain't taking on no saddle tramps on this spread. Vamoose. Are you deep? I said get moving, tramp.
Nice dam.
Yeah, what's that to you?
Take out the top 2 planks.
What did you say?
The top 2. Let 16 inches of water over there.
Who says so?
I do.
And who might you be when you're at home?
Quirt Evans.
Well, anybody might ride up here and say they're Quirt Evans. He ain't knowed around here by sight. Anybody can say they're him.
Sure could.
There's a QE stamp on his saddle.
Well, take the top planks out of that head gate, you stupid idiot.
Just the mention of Quirt Evans' name was enough to make him move and move fast.
Well, I don't need all that extra water.
Step up on that pony.
Well, now, look here, Mr. Evans. I've done what you told me to.
You sure did. Step up on that pony.
Well, I'm the kind of a fellow that tries to get along with everybody.
Side me.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe we better take out a couple more of them planks, Shucks. I've got 10 times as much water as I need.
That'll do for now.
Well, if you ever need any more, Mr. Evans, all you got to do is say so.
I figured that.
Then came the water.
Mother, look at the flume! Mother, all the ditches are full of water!
Thomas!
Now let's start off from scratch. You got more water than you need.
You're absolutely right, Quirt. Mr. Evans. Hey, do you mind if I call you Quirt?
Not a bit. So it's no skin off your moccasins if you let a little water over that ditch.
I absolutely know, Mr. Evans. Quirt.
You're gonna be neighborly or not?
Well, I sure am, Quirt.
Well, that's the way to talk.
Thomas! Frederick Coss.
Howdy, Mrs. Worth.
We always knew you'd change your mind.
Yes, ma'am. I did.
Thank you, Frederick. All of us here in the valley are grateful to you.
Worth, it's like I was saying. I ain't got any use for all that extra water. Why shouldn't I let my neighbors use it?